Abracadabra is included in the title of all the videos in my books. Why abracadabra? Well, first of all, it is a recognized name. It's a word that's been used for hundreds of years. There isn't a person on this planet, well, almost, except you if you're living in the jungle, that doesn't know the abracadabra, whatever language they speak, and they look forward to this great show. But what does it really mean? Abracadabra in ancient Aramaic means I will create as I speak. That's how the world was created. Only with words. Everything is words. Words have a power. Words make us happy. Words can destroy. Words can build up. So abracadabra happens to be very important. But when we have challenges in our lives, when we have chaos, when we have illness that hits us or somebody else close, when we have a loss, whatever happens, how we speak is the most important thing. Because any doctor will tell you that they can have success, but if the patient will speak negatively, then he's internalizing that negative feeling and does not expect the operation to be successful or the course of medicine or the recovery process. Many, many times, and it's happened to me a number of times and people close to me, you're always in a situation of 50-50. 50% it'll succeed, 50% you won't even come out of it. And anybody who's been through heart problems and cancer problems knows exactly what I'm talking about. That 50-50 can turn into 100%. But do you know what swings it over to the 100% of life and success? Is the way you speak. Because the way you speak is an expression of how you think, or it will create a situation that you will start thinking like that. And then that causes more and more negativity. So anything negative, any word that's not positive, should not be used in our lives under any circumstances. It makes a very, very big change. We don't listen to anybody who's negative. We do not say anything negative. Then we have a chance to recover. We think of the good things. We make a list of all the things that we benefited from because of that accident, because of that illness, because of missing that plane, because falling off a chair, not being able to go out in the street. After all, we're living in a dangerous world today. How many people just walk along the road innocently and somebody stabs them? Or a terrorist comes and throws a bomb? Or there's a fire? Or a building collapses? Or there's a crash? Well, if you're ill, sick in bed, then you're going to miss that. So there's always because you never ever know what the reason is. It's magic in our lives. We never know. And it could be very advantageous at times to be exactly in that position. I'm going to tell you a story of what happened to me. When I had a major heart attack, I went through a number of steps, but I always speak positively. So what happened? Even though I was feeling very, very tired and not too well after a long day, I decided to go to pray at the synagogue. But it could have been a church, it could have been a mosque, it didn't matter. But for me, it was a synagogue. And I walked in there, and that was step one. It was 9:20 in the evening. Normally one sits, eats, and relaxes. No, I'm determined to go. I had that strong feeling, step one. Step two, I suddenly get pains in my chest and I'm sweating. And I didn't treat it as something dangerous, but I had the desire and the feeling that I need to go to the bathroom. Now I'm told afterwards that most people who die from a heart attack die in the bathroom because they're by themselves and nobody can help them. Well, in this synagogue there were 13 toilets. All the doors were locked. Usually there's one you can open. They were locked. So I went back in to the main hall. And that was step 2. Step 3. Suddenly there's 2 people standing next to me and they look at me and they say, "You're sweating, you're in pain. We think you have a heart attack. Would you like to go to the hospital?" I said, "Well, what a question." They say, "Well, we happen to be working for the emergency service and we have an ambulance outside because we also decided to go and pray." Step 4. Step 5. I'm still feeling positive. I'm saying, "Great. Look, it happened so fast and these people were there." I didn't think negatively why it's happening to me. I'm in the ambulance lying down. And I always thought when I hear an emergency ambulance go by, the most frightening thing for somebody in the ambulance is to hear the siren. But I was quite surprised in my situation, actually had a calming effect because I knew that they were getting me through as fast as possible. Step 6. They take me straight into the operating theatre. And it was a massive heart attack in the main aorta. And the surgeon happened to be on duty, was the head of the department. Step 7. Happened. And then he put in a stent and they took me to recovery room. Step 8. And I thought, that's terrific. Now they plugged it. It was plumbing. I got a problem. I'm going to get out of here soon. And I was absolutely positive that all it was technical and I had to fix it. I was told later what a dangerous situation I was in because had I taken longer than an hour and a half to get and have this operation, I could have died or I could have just been brain dead or partially so. But I just smiled and I said, "Great." Because I got so much work to do and so many things to do and we'll get back to normal. I can see the advantage here because I needed a good rest. I was working day and night. So here I had a 3-day rest at the hospital. Of course, I was in intensive care. And I said, "Great. I'm living in an age where they do have intensive care. They have all the equipment. They can put in a stent." My late father never had that. Millions and millions of people died because that didn't exist. But again, this is a positive thing. And little did I know, when I got back home, I was actually stuck in bed for a couple of months. The pain was terrible. However, I wouldn't tell anybody about the pain, but if they say, "Oh, you should be in pain," I say, "Well, yes, but it's better that I feel the pain." And I feel that it's very positive because it's just my heart that's having the pain and my heart has the problem. And then what did I do? People would come to me and say, "Well, how do you feel? What's going to happen?" I say, "Actually, I'll tell you what's going to happen. First of all, listen to this. I am now here in one place. I'm not traveling. I can't travel. My wife happens to be with me. I used to travel every second week, and now she's with me all the time. And it's the first time. It actually turned out for the last 6 years, we've been together all of the time because I can't go out and do the work I did before. And now I write books, I create videos as I'm doing right now. I help other people. I have a purpose in life. So I see the positive side because we have to ask ourselves, why are we alive? Why we are born? And therefore, the talking positively all the time. How many people, when they have a heart attack or a serious illness, make the illness the center stage? They talk about it on and what the doctor said and what the nurse said and how they looked and how they discussed and what tablets and everything, all the pains and aches and feelings. Well, that's the best way to eventually lose friends because people do not want to come and hear it again and again. But what does it do? It talks you into your own situation. What you've got to do anybody comes to speak to you, you say, look, I don't want to be on center stage. I want to hear about you. I want to hear what's going on. And you listen to them and you concentrate on all the positive things. And you plan. That abracadabra is a great secret. Because if you talk positively, then you are living a positive life. But if you concentrate on your illness and talk about it all the time, then that's what you're going to live with. You live with all the time, and then you get depressed, and then you don't have the confidence, and then you start getting worse, and you think you're going to die. Well, everybody dies eventually. They don't necessarily have to die from an illness. They can die from an accident. They can die from something unique happening to them, or somebody blowing them up. There are many, many ways. And so therefore, why are you any different? Another statistic. So don't talk that way. That abracadabra is a secret for success. If somebody in their lives wants to do something new, it's a business or study, take a course or advance in life, or wanting somebody special to fall in love with. All of this, if they're absolutely convinced it's going to happen and speak that way, people will gather around you because you're being positive and you're being realistic. But the reality of your life can turn negative as well. And the reality of the other people's lives around you can be negative. So abracadabra, you create what you speak.